So welcome to the August Hot Towns video. So this is going to be a wrap for the Hot Towns until next summer. This video is actually going to be a little shorter than the other ones have been because there's only going to be 6 towns, on the Hot Towns list this month. So let's dive right into it. So just for some comparison's sake, Massachusetts overall, which I also cover in the real estate market update monthly video, but just for those of you that didn't watch that video, so you kind of know where Massachusetts lands as far as these hot towns go. Massachusetts overall for the past 30 days, on average 3% above asking. The average sales price was $853,000. The average list price was $835,000, and average days on market 27. So just to give you a comparison, of Massachusetts versus the hot towns on the list. And there could be more towns on the list, but like I said, the criteria is you have to have at least 3 sales in that month to qualify. So some of the towns that have been on the hot towns list the last couple of months still could have been on it, but they just didn't have enough sales. I usually only mention if you had 3 sales, unless it's just some astronomical number, then sometimes I'll just give it a mention on here. All right, let's start in Easthampton. And in Easthampton, the average list price, $397,000. The average sales price, $429,000. So on average, 9% above asking, and that was based on 11 homes. And average days on market, 25. There's really one category that stood out to me, and that was the $500,000 to $599,000, which we're actually seeing a trend here when we look throughout Massachusetts. 2 homes in that category, 2 out of the 11, and they went on average 29% above asking. So, they listed the average was $437,000, and the sale was $557,000. So you're talking over $100,000 over asking on average. So that's kind of crazy for that one category in Easthampton. All right, now let's talk about Northampton. So Northampton, average list price, $536,000. Average sales price, $580,000. So 9% above asking on average. This is based on 13 homes. Average days on market, 30. And 2 categories that jumped out. One was the $700,000 to $799,000 range. 6 homes. So 6 out of those 13 homes are in that one category. And they went on average 10% above asking in that category. So average list price was $670,000, and the average sales price was $730,000. And then there was just one home I wanted to give a mention to. They listed at $439,000, and it went for $561,000. So it went for 28% over asking. It was just one home, but still 28% over asking. And again, that's that range when you look at the sale price from the $500,000 to $599,000. And it wasn't even listed in that range, but it sold into that range. All right, now let's talk about Acton. So in Acton, the average list price was $1,015,000, and the average sales price was $1,095,000. So on average, 9% over asking, and average days on market only 12. So things are moving fast in Acton. So you better act fast. Sorry, I had to throw my corny joke out there. But that's based on 21 homes. So not just a small sample size, you're seeing, even a higher sample size than the other 2 hot towns we talked about. And as far as categories go, the one category definitely jumped out the most by far was from the $1 million to $1,499,000 range. There was 11 of those 21 homes in that range, and they went on average 8% over asking. So the average list price there was $1,140,000, and the average sales price was $1,230,000. And then one other home that jumped out to me, just because of the percentage, was this one home that was in the $700,000 to $799,000 range, and it was listed at $639,000, and it sold for $750,000. So it went for 17% over asking. All right, now let's dive over to Avon. So in Avon, on average, 10% over asking. So the average list price, $691,000. The average sales price, $748,000. Average days on market, 17. So again, here, things are moving fast, faster than throughout Massachusetts. And this is only based on 5 homes, but still, hey, that's a good enough sample size to talk about. One home that jumped out when I'm looking at it is, you know, there was one home in the $500,000 to $599,000 range. Here we see it again. The average list price was $450,000, and the average sales price, well, I shouldn't say average, this one home was listed at $450,000 and it sold for $560,000. So it sold for $110,000 over asking. So they got 24% over asking. So that home is really hot. But all the numbers you're seeing, 9% above, 4%, 6%, 5%. You know, the lowest was 4% over asking in the whole town. So good numbers in Avon for the last 30 days. All right, now let's talk about Shelburne. And Shelburne, again, returning to the list. It was on the list last month in July. It's on it again in August. On average, 11% over asking. You know, there was 3 homes, so bare minimum, but still, hey, 3 homes. Average list price, $439,000, and the average sales price, $483,000. So like I said, 11% above. 2 of the 3 homes are in the same category. Again, here we go, $500,000 to $599,000 range. 2 of those homes, and they went on average 15% over asking. So their average, the list was $479,000, and the average sale was $537,000. So again, if you watch the, you know, August real estate market update video, you know, you're seeing some trends throughout Massachusetts from $500,000 to $599,000. And again, throughout the hot towns, we're seeing that range is like a really hot range throughout Massachusetts. All right, and to close out the hot town videos for this summer, we're gonna close with Arlington. So in Arlington, the average list price was $1,125,000, and the average sales price was $1,255,000. So on average, 12% over asking. This was based on 25 homes, and had the highest average over asking. So of all the hot towns, this town had the most number of sales and the highest, you know, percentage over asking of all the towns on the hot list. So Arlington, the hottest town in Massachusetts right now, not even a question. Average days on market 12, average days to offer 7. So 7 days you're already getting an offer. I'll just talk about one category really, and this category was the $1 million to $1,499,000 range, and there were 14 homes in that one category. So, you know, more than double any other category. 14 of the 25 were in that category, and they went on average 13% over asking. So even 1% higher than the overall town. And, you know, the average list price in that category was $1,058,000. The average sales price was $1,190,000. And average days on market there, 13 for that category, and average days to offer 8. So right there in line, actually a little above, you know, a little bit longer by 1 day each than the overall town. But anyway, so that's the hot towns. So I hope you've been enjoying the series. You know, started last summer, continued this summer. I look forward to doing it next summer. And, you know, still a lot of summer left. So enjoy the rest of your summer. Be safe out there. Have fun. Enjoy the hot weather. And, you know, obviously I'll see you every month on the real estate market update and then other videos, educational videos, different things that I put out there. So stay tuned on the YouTube channel. Always new content coming out. But as far as hot towns go, see you next summer. But if you're ever curious, hey, shoot me a call, write me a text message, you know, send me an email, whatever it is, whatever's more comfortable with. And I'll be happy to, you know, dive in, kind of see where your town ranks if you're curious, you know, where it would rank, you know, if we were still doing the hot towns. But other than that, have a great summer. See you at the next video. Take care.